Because fundamentally, the more you go into things like Big Mind, the more you go into the ever-present state, the more you realize it's not an experience. It doesn't have a beginning in time. And anything that has a beginning in time is not real. We're talking for the absolute state. So you might have been introduced to Big Mind. And because there was an experiential component to it, Big Mind itself didn't have an experiential component. What you were experiencing is the ego going, finally, a vacation from me. And so you're experiencing all of the gross and subtle as you do that. The more you do it, the more you realize that Big Mind is the only thing you've ever known. For 1 billion years, you have only known this noticing, witnessing awareness. There's never a time you can think of when you weren't you. And so the more you deepen that ever-present recognition, the more you realize that whatever is an experience is not it. And one of the ways one of my teachers used to handle this is people would come in, and this is Chagra Tolku, who is my root guru in Dzogchen, and people would come in and go, oh, I finally got it. This luminosity and this absolute clarity is amazing. It's like, how could I miss this? It's so great. And he would go, did that have a beginning in time? He'd go, yeah, yesterday afternoon. And it was like, and I'm sitting there. And he said, that's not it. Anything that has a beginning in time is temporal. Anything that has a beginning in time has an end in time. And if you equate God with a state like that, then when that state slips, that God slips with it. But what is the witness of that state? It doesn't have a beginning. And so I've actually seen people that shall go nameless, the San Berkelsen region, and they were actually doing psychedelics. And the teacher was basically saying, and this is an intense case of it, are you distracted by these phenomenal displays, extraordinary experiences? Can you find that isn't not an experience? What part of that doesn't have a beginning? That part is the unborn. That part is what is real. That part is what will stay with you when the fireworks come and go. And they will all come and go. And that's the nature of phenomenal objects. As I say, they come, they stay a bit, they torture you, and they leave. Every object you can think of will do that to an extent. And if it's a painful object, it will torture you while it's there. If it's an object you love, it will torture you when it dies. The only thing that is free of that is the witness. The only thing that's free of that is yourself. The only thing that's free of that is that ever-present I amness. Before Abraham was, I am. Every sentient being can say that. The more you accustom yourself to that in you which is noticing everything, there's something in you which is conscious of everything all the time. It's conscious of dreams. It's conscious of what's arising right now. There's never a time it isn't. It can't be seen as an object. It's that pure awareness that it's God. That which is seeing through your eyes right now is God. That which is seen is you, and this room, and these objects. Ever present, unborn, right now, I amness is pure God. The only problem is that you abandon that in order to identify with a finite object. It's going to come, stay a while, torture you, and leave. That's the first noble truth of Buddhism. Second noble truth is, stop doing that, you schmuck. And the third and fourth noble truth is, there is a way to do that. Now, if you read, I mean, it's just true of East and West, the really profound contemplative traditions, East and West. If you read the great Mahayana sutras that arose in the wake of this, they're really great Mahayana sutras. They all say one thing over and over and over again. They're talking about Bodhi, or the enlightened mind. And they say, if you could simply understand that it is unattainable, then you are enlightened. Hard is the meaning of that saying. It is to teach you to refrain from seeking. Over and over and over. The trick is, if you then try to stop seeking, because that's more of the same thing. It doesn't matter what's arising. There's an ever-present noticing of everything that's arising. And that literally is pure spirit and pure Godhead. So now that we all understand that, let's do some drugs. And see if you're distracted. Some people are distracted by sex. Some by, well, pizza, we've established that. Some by any object. And what happens temporarily is the happiness that comes from that radiant, pure self that you are. And its first form of manifestation, Sat Chidananda, pure being, pure presence, pure consciousness, and pure happiness, pure bliss. As soon as we see an object that makes us happy, we are temporarily transferring that happiness that is ours to that object that we think causes. And that's the fundamental problem then, because you chase after the object as if that's the source of this being that is what you are, and this bliss that is what you are, and this presence is what you are. And those objects will rip you up and head on out.